There are calls for the California Attorney General to stop OpenAI from going for profit. Meta wants you to be on your phone during special showings of Megan. And Google used AI to reconceptualize the Wizard of Oz for the Las Vegas Sphere. It's Thursday, April 10th, and this is your morning tech news roundup from Engadget. A group of organizations, including nonprofits like Latino Prosperity and labor groups like the California Teamsters, are petitioning California Attorney General Rob Bonta to stop OpenAI from becoming a for-profit entity. That's according to a report from the Los Angeles Times. OpenAI announced plans to transition to a public benefit corporation last year and reportedly has 2 years to pull it off or risk a large portion of the money it raised becoming debt. The group's primary concerns are that OpenAI failed to protect its charitable assets and is actively subverting its charitable mission to advance safe artificial intelligence. OpenAI started as a nonprofit research organization studying AI, but transitioned to a for-profit company that's overseen and run by a nonprofit in 2019. That structure is legally allowed in the state of California, but the group's petition claims that OpenAI's decision to pursue a new structure is driven by a desire not to further its mission, but to provide AI's benefits, the potential for untold profits and control over what may become powerful, world-altering technologies to a handful of corporate investors and high-level employees. OpenAI's primary justification for going for-profit is to raise more money. Currently, there's nothing stopping OpenAI from convincing more people to invest, but as Engadget reported back in February, it is limited in the returns it can offer investors. It would not have those limitations as a for-profit company, nor would it have to heed the demands of a nonprofit board focused on the risks of the company's breakthroughs rather than their utility as consumer products. OpenAI's board has attempted to rein in the for-profit side over the years, like pushing out Sam Altman in 2023, before he was rehired and the board was filled with new members more friendly to OpenAI's for-profit goals. The organizations behind the petition believe that moves like that are enough justification for the AG to step in to protect the public's interest. Horror entertainment specialist Blumhouse is running special screenings of its movie Megan, where audiences will be encouraged to use their smartphones. Yes, flying in the face of all the warnings and announcements to not interrupt the experience for other viewers. Blumhouse is partnering with Meta to deliver special content during screenings of Megan. During these one-night engagements, viewers can use Meta's Movie Mate service to access second-screen content, such as a chatbot version of the Megan doll, film trivia, and behind-the-scenes details. Blumhouse movies Annabelle and Ma are also getting one-night engagements this spring, but those seem to be standard showings where people will get annoyed if you bust out your phone. To take advantage of this tie-in, theatergoers start by sending a DM to the movie's Instagram account. It will also only work for people inside participating theaters, meaning Instagram will likely require access to viewers' location data. Of course, movie theaters were hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, and possibly this is an effort to encourage more business. There has been a wave of cinemas allowing or encouraging activities that would normally get you booted from the theater. AMC started hosting special sing-along showings of Wicked because, some audience members apparently couldn't stop themselves. A Minecraft movie has also seen disruptive behavior, thanks to fan reactions and the filming of fan reactions, hoping to go viral. Google used artificial intelligence to revamp one of the most beloved films of all time for a 360-degree Sin City screen with the highest resolution in the world. The re-rolled version of The Wizard of Oz will debut this August at the Sphere, the Las Vegas entertainment venue with a famously globular LED screen. Whether a technical marvel, dystopian nightmare, fuel, or some combination, the project will surely continue the sphere's penchant for extravagant spectacles that persuade tourists to plunk down hundreds of dollars to sit for a few hours in one of its 17,600 seats. Sphere Entertainment, the company behind the venue, worked on the project with Google, Magnopus, and Warner Brothers Discovery, which owns the Wizard of Oz rights. Google describes it as an epic undertaking of creativity and technology, humbly likening it to the cinematic boundaries broken by the acclaimed Technicolor original. Google used generative AI models from its Gemini family on the project, most notably VO2 and Imagen 3. The company not only had to magnify the original 35mm film for a 160,000 square foot screen composed of 16,000 LEDs, but also had to account for camera cuts that removed characters from the frame. For example, in a Kansas scene between Dorothy, Annie M., and Miss Gulch, Uncle Henry, who was also in the room but off camera, will be visible on the much wider screen. It did so primarily through an AI super resolution tool, AI outpainting and performance generation. To help fine-tune the AI models, Google did not limit the model's training to the original footage. It also found them supplementary material like the shooting script, production illustrations, photographs, set plans, and scores, teaching them about characters and environmental details and production elements like camera focal lengths. The company also consulted with professional filmmakers for character actions, expressions, and performance. The companies behind the project claim that despite AI touching over 90% of the movie, it respected the original in every way. Google says no new dialogue was added, and there was not a note of new music sung. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Ian Carlos Campbell, Anna Washenko, and Will Shanklin, and was voiced and produced by a real human from the sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.